Now, Nigeria has been experiencing power cuts and disruptions in air traffic since two major unions declared a general strike over levels of minimum wage. Unions say it's impossible to survive on the current rate of $22 a month because of the rising cost of living. They want it increased to nearly $370. Fidelis Mbah reports from the capital, Abuja.
This is one of the major government offices here in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. It's presently under lock and key by labor unions who have prevented workers from carrying out their activities. The workers are demanding that their wage has to be increased or else they will not return to work. Talks broke down last Friday when government couldn't agree with them over the wage increase that they're demanding, given rising inflation and also the cost of living. The president had, on assumption of office last year, announced a removal of subsidy on petrol and electricity, which has actually made it more difficult for households to survive. And the president is saying that these reforms are necessary to be able to stabilize the economy and ensure that the economy doesn't collapse. The workers are saying that they cannot cope, given that things are getting more expensive daily. And for the labor unions, they're saying that unless their salaries are increased, that they will not go back to work. They've gone around trying to enforce the nationwide strike. Flights have been disrupted. Airline operations have been halted. The national grid has been shut down, which has resulted in the country being plunged into darkness. Only a very few vehicles are on the way plying the roads, and most people have decided to stay back home because even the labor unions, unlike before, where they would only go to government offices to enforce the strike, in this case, they've been going from private offices, trying to ensure that workers were forced out of their offices. Negotiations are still on, but the labor unions are saying that they're not going to shift ground, given that the cost of living is skyrocketing every day. This is about the fourth strike since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took office last year. And many people are hoping that government will be able to come to a round table to ensure that this is resolved as soon as possible. In terms of also movement, petrol stations, only few of them are selling, and there are very long queues, which in the next few days, there might be no petrol for people to be able to move around. Fidelis Mbah, Al Jazeera, Abuja, Nigeria.
Still ahead in sports, tennis world #1 Novak Djokovic gets a rare glimpse of daylight at the French Open and is here with that story next.